often, and there's no way that's going to happen. Scotty is in the finals. He will face the winners of the match between the American males and the NWA Elite. Whichever team wins that will then face Scotty for the title. Plus, this week on Wildside, AJ Styles returns, and he will face Laz. Let's get it on. Go to it, John.
Double switch on the back of Silky.
You would think the referee would go where the pin was taking place, but apparently not.
That's what I would think. Maybe we need to get Andrew Thomas back out here. Onyx going for the cover. Only gets 2.
Well, it looks like James Hampton. Did I get that name right? Referee
Yes.
James Hampton?
Referee James Hampton now finally on top of the action, whipping Boom Boom in and dropping him back down is Onyx.
And dropping him down hard, smack in the middle of the ring. And Onyx, for some reason, is not pinning his... There he goes. He's trying to find pinning the opponent. He's doing the proverbial Onyx push-ups on top of his opponent, and if I'm not mistaken, he never wins a match by doing that.
Well, I don't think he's doing it to try and win. He's just doing it as psychological warfare to show his opponent who has the advantage.
Oh, I see. I think Silky Boom Boom has seen that before, and I don't think he'll be persuaded again. However, Silky right now is facing quite a lot of hurting from the team, the NWA Elite du Jour, this week featuring Terry Knight and Onyx.
The technician, Terry Knight, coming off the ropes. Oh!
Knight is so good. I can't get over it because how good Terry Knight is that Jeff G. Bailey's got him.
Yeah,
is that one of life's many wonders?
As good a actual wrestler as Terry Knight is, how he got involved with these crooks, these thieves in the National Wrestling Alliance is beyond me.
No slouch either. He's along with him too, I guess. Jeff G. Bailey brings a lot to the table himself, and I think a lot of them involve dead presidents.
Without a doubt, and Onyx, you talk about his athletic background, standout in football at Western Carolina University, also played in the Canadian Football League, and almost pinned Silky right there.
Oh, I mean, he could have worked the WCW shows in British Columbia.
Well, I think he has a little better taste than that.
I like to think so.
There you go, now just taking it to Silky, whipping him across, and he comes. Sunset flip, can he get him down? Onyx is down, 1, 2, only 2.
Typically sunset flips, you're not going to get a pin from your opponent with a sunset flip these days. It used to work in the old days, back in the NWA, back in the great days of the late 80s, late 70s.
I remember the day when Kerry Von Erich won the NWA World Heavyweight title with Ric Flair with a backslide.
A backslide, that's right. I remember that match too. Wow, that was an exciting one.
And what was the date of that?
I don't know, I must have missed that one. I was only 8 years old at the time.
May 5th, 1984. And he lost the title on May 23rd, lost it back to Ric Flair in Yokosuka, Japan.
Yokosuka?
Gesundheit. I gotcha.
I need a hanky.
And talking about world title changes, we mentioned last week, and we saw at the beginning of this program, Bad Attitude, the new NWA World Tag Team Champions, having won those titles in Tampa, Florida. And you know, that's the first time the World Tag Team titles have changed hands in Tampa, but it's not the first time the world title has changed hands in Tampa. We'll take you back February 11th, 1969 in Tampa. Dory Funk Jr. defeated Gene Kiniski for Dory's first and only NWA World title reign. Of course, his brother Terry would win his first and only title in December of 1975, defeating Jack Briscoe. But Dory had a 4-year, 3-month, 13-day reign before losing the Harley Race, and that was Harley's first of 8 title reigns.
History 101 with Al Getz, ladies and gentlemen.
The second
recess in 5 minutes.
The second world heavyweight title change in Tampa, Florida. We mentioned Harley Race. He went in to Tampa, Florida as champion on August 21st, 1979, but he didn't walk out champion because the one and only American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, defeated Harley in Tampa. Harley regained the title 5 days later in Orlando. That ended Harley's second reign, and it was Dusty's first of 3 world title reigns.
Can I get you some oxygen, Al? now?
No, I'm good. And who will be the next Wildside Tag Team Champions? That question will be answered this week on Wildside. Plus, Laz against AJ Styles, Timber versus Mike Youngblood, and a whole lot more.
And you know the lunacy that goes on in this show, so who knows what's going to be going on before this hour is up. Another crazy, wild, lunatic hour of NWA Wildside.
The matches, because with all the stuff that goes on, the end product usually barely resembles what the original plans were.
I know, but it makes us look like we know what we're talking about. And we could use all the help we can get.
That's very true. Tag made. Onyx and Terry Knight. Here's a little double teamwork. You know, again, last week in that opening round match of theirs, that was really the first time that they had competed as a tag team, and they looked real good, and it's obvious they've been working still in the last 7 days, perfecting, honing their skills.
That's true, and actually, although we pointed out how often the title belt gets involved in the match, typically towards the end of the match, but I might have noticed too, they don't spend as much time consulting with Jeff G. Bailey, and I think maybe that's one of the reasons why they've been so successful. The Bailey quotient has been minimized, at least somewhat, during these matches.
Well, they've had 7 days of knowing.
Wait a second, Silky Boo Boo finally tagged. Oh, referee James Hampton did not see the tag, and he's insisting that Adam Jacobs head back to the tag. Oh, this is truly unfair, and it seems to be something we experience quite often here at Wildside.
Highway robbery by the NWA Elite. Going back to Bailey, though, they've had the last 7 days of knowing who their opponents were, and they may not be consulting Bailey now, but you know they've been consulting him over the last 7 days to figure out how to beat the American males.
Oh, that certainly is the case. Plenty of good video around if you want to scout the American males, that's for sure. You point out how Silky Boo Boo, being one of the most decorated wrestling athletes ever in the state of Georgia, holding belts from, 48 different outlaw independent groups?
I think it's up to 4 currently, although over his illustrious career, he may have held 48 singles titles in Georgia.
I wonder if double clothesline knocks both opponents down. I wonder if Silky's ever considered working for that outlaw independent base.
Make that tag, that double clothesline took a lot out of both men, but Terry was pressure, but he makes the tag.
And the referee sees this for a change. Thank you, referee James Hampton. Adam Jacobs, he's adding up.
He's got it now, taking Knight down, working over Onyx, whipping him across, back up Onyx, up and over, drop kick, beautiful drop kick, takes Terry Knight down. Silky back up on his feet, goes right to Terry.
Boy, Adam was a one-man tag team by himself. Adam heading upstairs. Perhaps a frog splash. No! An Alabama Jam. That's how he advances the tournament.
The Alabama Jam. Oh, no, wait a second. Terry Knight grabs the referee.
And here comes Jeff G. Bailey with a shoe. Oh, dear. James Dillon.
$279 Bruno Molly shoe.
On the ugly ass?
Onyx with the cover, and there's 3.
Not too ugly. So it looks like the 3-man tag team of Onyx, Terry Knight, and Jeff G. Bailey's shoe advance in the Wildside Tag Team
And
tournament.
you know what this means? The finals have been set, although we're not done here. Onyx isn't done. Silky trying to fight his way back. But this means that Terry Knight and Onyx advance to the finals against Scotty Wren
all by himself. A wounded Scotty Wren, you might point out. Yes, it's been a week, but it's not good news for Scotty Wren.
We mentioned at the beginning over 200 fans were shoehorned into that building. An incredible night of action, and the next one, Wednesday, the 13th. Timber.
What a legendary place, the former J&J Sports Center. I don't know, we'll see maybe Timber and Mike Youngblood in there if they don't kill each other in this match, and I think they're well on the way to doing just that.
One of the most amazing things I ever saw in Washington, North Carolina. Timber tossed Youngblood down the largest set of bleachers I've ever seen. Youngblood's neck, spine, head, back, hitting every bench on the way down, and Youngblood got up and took it to him right afterwards.
I've never met such a student of North Carolina wrestling as I've met here this evening in the form of Commissioner Al Guest.
I'm a student of wrestling, period, not just in North Carolina. Come on, name a state.
All right, Alaska.
Alaskan Jay York.
Who's never been there, but anyway, let's hope the last time we bring up Jay York.
But he knows how to find it on the map, and that's all that matters. Oh!
Mercy on airborne Michael Youngblood, and caught midair, sorta.
And he shot put him into the steel ring post.
And I believe Mike Youngblood has now been divided into two.
Maybe he can be in the tag team tournament then.
He's a little late.
Little late suplex on the floor.
It hasn't happened yet. Now it's happened.
No pads here in MCW.
Thank you, Cowboy Bill.
And Timber taking it to Youngblood, showing no signs of the effects of that cell block match.
Unbelievable. Shows you the recuperative powers of Timber. I know it's been quite a number of weeks, but that match was almost the equivalent of murder, if you ask me.
But he's had 2 months to recuperate. Think about this. Scotty Wren. Oh, moonsault by the big man. Incredible. But think about this. Scotty Wren has only had 7 days to recuperate from that attack last week.
Point well made, and that's going to figure into this program in no short order, I would think. However, it looks like Timber did a number on his knee after that moonsault off the top rope.
Youngblood with a drop kick directly square to that knee. A great move. I mean,
sorry, big men should not be making moonsaults, and Big Van Vader notwithstanding.
Hey, we've seen in the past, we've seen Frenchie Riviera right here on Wildside do a moonsault.
He shouldn't be doing it either, but lo and behold, these guys who are obviously missing a few things upstairs.
Look at that fat guy in the front row. Maybe he could do one. Oh, he's fat. And now,
thanks for the update.
Youngblood continuing the pressure on that knee of Timber.
Well, Mike Youngblood is definitely taking the action to the right portion of the body here. If there's a weak spot on Timber, it is definitely that left knee.
We talked about the Carolinas earlier, and that's certainly North Carolina's strategy. You go back to the days of the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Ole and Gene Anderson, and of course...
Look, come on, North Carolina, Minnesota, make up your mind.
Well, but they primarily, wrestled in North Carolina.
I remember them in South Carolina. Gene and Ole.
Many great wrestlers in the Carolinas originally hailed from Minnesota. The Andersons.
Like Bronco Lubitsch and Aldo Bogny.
Ric Flair. Also Kurt Hennig, Rick Rude, both natives of Minnesota, the late Rick Rude.
Nikita Koloff, sort of.
Russia by way of Minnesota.
Well, that's on the way.
We've seen Nikita Koloff in recent weeks on the WOW magazine film with Bill Apter. And Nikita looks great, in great physical condition. And hey, who knows?
I hope he's in better shape than Timber is right now.
Timber in trouble. That knee has taken a lot of punishment at the hands of Mike Youngblood.
And not the punishment of his own body, too, after that moonsault. That moonsault was definitely where the cards turned in this match.
Springboard moonsault off the second by the Phoenix, Mike Youngblood.
Maybe Timber ought to get into that second rope moonsault thing. Might be a little bit safer, and he wouldn't be in the position he's in right now. But I think Mike Youngblood realizes that it's all going his way right now. And up to the top rope, the flying elbow right on the money on top of Timber. But lo and behold, still, Timber managed to roll the shoulder.
Timber able to roll that shoulder, a kind of nonchalant cover.
Wait a second, Jeff G. Bailey is out. Jeff G. Bailey has no affiliation with Mike Youngblood, no affiliation with Timber. What gives?
I don't know. I don't even know why he's out. Wait a second. Timber's got that axe handle, and it's wrapped in barbed wire.
Oh, dear. What the referee says no go on this one. He caught that one. Nice to see Hampton catching something other than a cold.
Oh, no. Oh, right to the top of the head.
And Jeff G. Bailey is applauding Timber. Is Timber possibly a possible recruit for the NWA Elite?
Lord, who knows? I mean, they got enough troublemakers in there. This is ridiculous. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Stop this.
Oh, then this goes beyond the realms of even the most violent wrestling we've seen here in the NWA Wildside. We don't need this. And Mike Youngblood sure doesn't. I think we need some NCW security. I think the referee needs to get it. Oh, he's just grinding the barbed wire into the skull.
A rather unique way of getting into the ring, and Bailey getting out of dodge.
I get the impression Laz and the bottom rope are not involved biblically, just superficially.
Well, AJ, now, he was smiling earlier, but the smile wiped from his face after that ring entrance.
Wait a second! Laz has got eyes for referee Andy Thomas.
Is there anything in the rule book about kissing an official?
Can we do something about that? Thank you, AJ Styles, for not having to make us do that. AJ is on top of Laz, and I think Laz kind of like that.
That's the problem. I mean, when you get Laz in that horizontal position.
I tell you, I'm talking about Greco-Roman wrestling. I think Laz likes the Greco part a lot. And I can't believe I just said that. Uh-oh, trying to cop a feel. Laz on referee Andy Thomas. Did I just say cop a feel?
Yes, you did, on national television, no
Right.
less.
Mom will be very upset.
And now Laz on top of AJ.
Doing a bit of the grind. I don't think Lou Thez won any titles by doing that, but it's actually won Laz more matches than not. Not directly.
Apparently you forget how he started his 5th title reign.
Fill me in on this later. Maybe if you can email me, I'd actually appreciate that more. Looks like the crowd here at the
Laz is leading the crowd in a chant that I really can't repeat, but I do have to say, I will say this. Hello, Kettle. This is Pot. You're black.
Very good.
Oh, beautiful. A sweet leg sweep by AJ.
But I also might point out, too, certainly that Laz seems to have things going his way. Oh, dear. That move's kind of hard to swallow. Sorry.
AJ fighting his way out of that.
Now, you might point out, too, and I've mentioned this point before, is as much as Laz has a lot of things going his way, although not this split second, we're talking about AJ Styles here. For my money, perhaps the best competitor in NCW Wildside. And considering the quality of athletes in the dressing room here, that's saying quite a lot. But AJ Styles, he's hot stuff.
A strong statement, and you know, I may not like his affiliation with the NWA Elite, but I have all the respect in the world for the ability of AJ Styles as a professional wrestler. Rookie of the Year here in 1999, former television champion, and quite frankly, there's going to be a lot more gold in this kid's future.
Well, you know that's the case. As much as you guys talk about the Hardy brothers and all the guys who have come through here to gone on to the WWF and WCW, you'll be saying the same things about AJ Styles this time next year. Just you wait and see.
Well, you're saying I'm still going to be stuck here in a year from now?
Count on it.
Laz thrown to the outside. And
Coach, you eat the sheets out?
You know something I don't?
Oh, so you're the one.
Bailey with that boot to Laz.
Hey, that boot has figured into a couple of things in this hour. It helped win the NWA Elite into the finals of the tag team tournament, which I believe may even be next.
That's right. NWA Elite versus Scotty Wren in that finals still to come. And, you know, whether it's that belt, whether it's Bailey's shoe, it's always something.
Thank you, Rosanna Dana. It's always something.
There's always something out of AJ.
That's true. If you just joined us now, I might point out you may have left somebody out, but no, Scotty Wren is involved in the tag team tournament all by himself. He has no tag team partner. It's a miracle he's advanced as far as he has right now, but he's injured. He took a major head injury last week, but he's here all by himself, and he's facing 2 members of the NWA Elite later on for all the marbles in this edition of NWA Wildside.
Over the last 8 months, Scotty Wren's career path basically has alienated him from the entire dressing room here in Wildside. And, you know, whether it was the right career move or not, we'll see, but it's a fact. He has no one.
It's truly a one-man show, and he's going to have to come up with the goods, and Scotty Wren's done it before in his current physical state. That's a big question mark.
And now AJ has the right arm of Laz, and oh, incredible vertical leap, and oh, flips over and takes Laz up and over.
That AJ is incredible. It's almost impossible to call a match with AJ Styles. He does so much within the confinement of a fairly short wrestling match. It's impossible to call. He's actually raising the bar week after week here at Wildside, and in his own way, so is Laz. Well, obviously the left arm of Laz is hurting now, much more so than it did before the beginning of the match.
But now he's got AJ down on his knees. AJ slow to get up.
Britney
Spears! Oh, no!
On referee Andy Thomas. And I guess we probably could have seen this one coming. Here comes Onyx. Not exactly the best friend of Laz, although I think Laz wouldn't mind that. Now, Now we have the NWA Elite, at least one member of it, Onyx, involved here, helping his buddy AJ Styles out of a jam.
These guys don't need this. Both these men, AJ and Onyx, are incredible athletes. They don't need to cheat. They don't need to double team. Oh, beautiful splash by AJ.
An incredible body splash. See the height that he got on that?
And there's your 3. I hope you're proud. I hope you're proud of that, AJ Styles.
I don't think AJ Styles cares really. He took care of Laz. Didn't have to put up with anyone.
Garbage and entertainment today.
That he is. That is his new gimmick, though. Garbage. Yep, he's landfill in a double-breasted suit.
Scotty Wren now. Now, you talked about earlier, they didn't seem to be concentrating on the forehead of Scotty, but since that time, it's been nothing but an attack to that area.
But you might point out, too, Scotty Wren has, I don't mean this figuratively, I mean literally, he's got a big head, and it could take a lot of punishment. The amount of punishment Scotty Wren has accumulated over the years has been staggering, and he's still living to tell the tale. And tonight, he's not going to be letting the NWA Elite walk over him to get those tag titles. If he's going to be a tag team champion by himself, well, so be it. Here's his opportunity.
I mean, he suffered several concussions in the last year. You know, that feud he had with JC Daz, they beat the heck out of one another. But now Scotty fighting back. Oh, rake. And that wasn't a rake to the eyes. That was a rake to that wound.
That it was. Oh, Scotty Wren is in that. Another Gordon Solie is in the world of hurt right now. And actually, I need to get on your case here. I can't believe that you're allowing Scotty Wren to participate in the tag team tournament when he's out here all by himself. How could you let that happen, Al?
The doctors and the paramedics advised him not to wrestle. I asked him, I said, Scotty, do you want to continue? He said yes.
No, you should have put your foot down and said, no, Scotty. Repeat after me, Al. No, Scotty. Okay.
No, I'm not gonna say that. If Scotty wants to continue in this tournament, then he's gonna do so.
Well, I hope he doesn't get any more injured than he is right now, because he's definitely not at 100%.
You have to realize after what the NWA Elite did to him, how they used him out when I left and they took him into the NWA Elite. They used him, abused him. They kept threatening him if he didn't win the title from Stone Mountain. And when he didn't get the job done, they kept messing with him and screwing with him. This is personal.
Yeah, I can't. Scotty Wren pulls out a double clothesline.
Wait a second!
What happened? JC Daz, he's injured. He shouldn't be out. He's more injured than Scotty Wren is. And for Pete's sake, he just clocked Jeff G. Bailey. He just clocked Steve Martin.
Remember I said last week, aside from me, only one person in the dressing room visited Daz in the hospital. Guess who that was? Scotty Wren.
Oh, I guess that makes sense now. So, I guess JC Daz is now Scotty Wren's tag team partner. Are you going to allow that, Al?
Damn right I'm going to allow it.
It goes. It sticks.
Come on, Scotty.
Oh, my. Things have gotten much more interesting in this match. Scotty Wren's got a partner, his friend, JC Daz.
Not just any partner, but his former partner and their former Wildside Tag Team Champions, collectively known as the Boogaloo Crew. Oh!
The Boogaloo Crew reunited tonight, apparently. Who'd have ever thought this one was coming?
History has been made. Mark this date down on your calendar. The night the Boogaloo Crew, the greatest tag team in the brief young history of Wildside. And there's the tag! Daz is in! Takes Onyx down! Takes Terry down! Oh, another flying forearm for Onyx. One to the back for Knight. JC Daz on fire. He wants revenge, too, after that stuffed pile driver at the hands of the NWA Elites.
Oh, and he's definitely making inroads in there, doing a number on Onyx. However, Terry Knight's got the upper end here. Jet Daz scoots out from under the legs of Terry Knight. Right into the waiting arms.
The Boogaloo bounce!
Oh, for Pete's sake!
1, 2.
Oh, and Onyx, just a nick of time, managed to pull the legs out of JC Daz, disrupting the pin. Scotty Wren, oh, the
super cool leg drop. Daz has Onyx on the armbar. That's it.
Oh,
the chance.
The new tag team champions are, in fact, one of the old ones. The reunited Boogaloo Crew, Scotty Wren and JC Daz.
Scotty Wren and JC Daz, new tag team champions, reunited. There's another one. Good. Give it to Bailey.
Oh, and Bailey hits the deck. Oh, I think maybe Steve Martin deserves one too. Unbelievable.
Here's something, wait a second. This is something that I've wanted to see for a long time. There you go. BLC is back in the house.
What a historic night. The reunion of the Boogaloo Crew, Scotty Wren, JC Daz, and takes the NWA Wildside Tag titles in an amazing tournament. An amazing accomplishment. Who would have ever guessed this?
Amazing heart, courage, and intestinal fortitude by Scotty. And when he got to the finals by himself, he wasn't alone, because his old friend and tag team partner, they had one of the greatest feuds in history, but now back together, and they are the champs. Steve Martin turning all shades of red, going crazy. Bailey all woozy. I should deck him again. Once again, history has been made.
Scotty Wren, JC Daz.
Fans, more on this incredible, shocking situation next week. Wildside on fire. What an amazing program we've seen this week. Each and every week, tune in. Wildside is where it's at.